Welcome back, everyone, to Lana's Little Things with me, Dr. Lana, specialist dermatologist, and we're going to talk a little early notice about hurricane preparedness. Now, I'm in the Caribbean, and hurricanes are just a way of life. And we also in the Caribbean have a tendency to wait until we hear the hurricane is just about to come to start doing things. So since there's a saying in that I've grown up hearing, June too soon, July stand by, August come must. I thought, you know what? I'd have posted on something else, but let me do the stand by. So let's stand by instead of rush on. Especially for family caregivers. Excuse me, I lose my voice off and on. There's just the Sahara dust and atmospheric things in the world in going on at the minute, and we just gotta deal with it. But it's all good. So just want to have everyone, and it doesn't just apply to the Caribbean. Hurricanes are the Caribbean's version. Typhoons are on the eastern side of the world. And then they're just, and tornadoes and all sorts of natural disasters just crop up. And especially if you're a family caregiver and you are dealing with one or more than one, or you are owner of a nursing home and you have several older persons to take care of and be mindful of and keep safe. Some of these reminders I found so helpful. We hear them every year. We're told every year as a warning, and it's just a matter of just, you know what can I do little by little. Don't have to buy all the lumber and buy everything all at once. We just wanted to give some preparedness tips, hurricane preparedness, disaster preparedness tips, we can say, but especially for seniors, especially for caregivers. Have you Do you have a plan A, B, C, maybe D for the person you're taking care of? Because you may be able to run, but they may not be able to run to a shelter, run for help, and you have so many other things to consider. So let's get into it. And welcome. Good morning, good evening, good night. As you know, we talk here about bridging gaps, family caregiving, aging agelessly, and just life itself. And this is one of the things that's so important because oh, hurricanes are devastating. They really, really are. We've just seen, and any disaster is devastating. We've just seen in our side neck of the woods what has happened with Venezuela and their earthquake, and anything can happen to any of us at any time. There, but for the grace of God, go us all. But if we can be prepared and we can make a plan, at least we won't be what to do now when the warning is coming. You know, it works sometimes, but to be prepared is to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Okay, let's get into it. So hurricanes are seasonal, disasters are seasonal. Such things as earthquakes and tornadoes, not so seasonal. They tend to just turn up. But we're going to just discuss how we can be prepared as a family, especially as a family caregiver, especially if you have an older person who in your care who may need assistance. Are there plans for them? All right. So a few, not a few, we're going to discuss three. I think three is a little easy because it might seem overwhelming. Reminders on hurricane preparedness. First of all, maybe you may need to have someone check, but you will also know your home, the roof, the walls, the windows, the shutters are key, the hurricane straps, the in and outs. Is it safe to go in? Do you have a vehicle that can travel if there's flooding? Does the house have any issues with? Has the house ever had any issues with flooding? Okay, because you really want to stay in your home. You want to stay in your home because it's less disruptive. Hurricane shelters are notorious for, they're safe, but they're very disruptive to an older person. And many nursing homes are just don't have the accommodation for older persons in a disaster. So if you can be safe at home, shelter in place, that is what we want. So consider, is your home safe? Do you need to do some tweaks? Or may you need to evacuate? Have that as a plan. If you're a solo family caregiver, make a list, have a set of friends, your friends, your ride or die friends who will help you and with whom you can make a list of things that you may need. If you're in a family group and everyone's contributing to what to do with mom, dad, spouse, how are we going to deal with this? Know the safety of your house, get it checked. Know your hurricane shelters also, the protection that they provide, and if they accommodate older persons. Not all accommodate they definitely do not accommodate animals, and some are challenging when it comes to wheelchair access. And especially if you have a person with dementia, a strange place can just make them very confused, delirious, and you don't really want that. So that's first thing. Is your home safe? Can you shelter in place? And if it is, yay. Secondly, do you have a list of actual phone numbers? Everywhere has emergency numbers for disasters. Do you have that list of emergency numbers? That's one. Do you have another list of emergency numbers? And are these on the fridge so that you can access them quickly? Friend, handyman, roof person, drainage, plumber. It may sound simple, but when a disaster comes and you're like, oh, I should have called the plumber, it's a little too late for that because the plumber has to take care of his own place. Okay, so those who may assist and who may need to check to see, are your hurricane straps secure? Are your shutters safe? Are your windows working? Are your doors safe? all those all those things you have to. Are you in a flood prone area? May you need to evacuate earlier, or can you just shelter in place if there's no risk of flooding into your home? That's ideal. You want to disrupt your loved one as least as possible, because every disruption will create decline truly in their present state of, especially if it's dementia, in their present emotional state. Disasters are called that for a reason. So that's two. Thirdly, do you have your basic supply? Now that's going to be medication for you if you have any, as well as for your loved one. Arrange with your pharmacy for maybe some to buy some extras in case you have to shelter, in case you may have to stay long. Arrange for blood sugar medication if they're diabetic. Make sure your blood pressure machine, if they're hypertensive, that's working. Check to make sure. Get your extra batteries and make sure that all those are aligned and ready to go. You don't want to be running out of medication, especially for high blood pressure, diabetes, because every route should be closed off. And if there is a disaster like that, the roads are going to be impassable. So you can't do it then. Remember that even if you go to, besides shelters are going to can create disorientation. They can also contribute to the spread of viruses. So you really, in this day and age where COVID-19 is spreading, all kind of viruses is spreading. The wet season creates its own viruses. The last thing you want is your loved one to have a virus and to contract it if you have to go to a shelter. A shelter is a major, major move. And so it would be good to have a family meeting to discuss, or a friends meeting to discuss, or a doctor's meeting to discuss what to do. Social workers are very helpful in this as well. Remember to have flashlights, batteries, battery operated radio, make sure everything's working, have extra batteries, have your cash, have your can opener. I mean, it seems silly, but a can opener lock is like a savior when everything else is locked down. Is your cell phone charged? Do you have a backup charger? Electricity may be off. You may only be able to access Wi-Fi, you may not be able to charge your phone, so make sure your phone is fully charged up. Do you have a change of clothing for you and for your family member? Who's going to accompany the family member there? Personal hygiene and sanitation items for yourself and for them. Pampers, um, creams, all the things that you normally do to take care of them. Wipes are so important. Special needs items and maybe books, magazines. Remember, we talked about the radio. Some shelters may restrict, obviously, how loud you can play the radio, but you be reasonable. This is in case you have to go. But bear in mind that all these things, the more you have at home, the safer it is. Also, do you have a go bag, a satchel with all your emergency documents, insurance documents, birth certificates, health certificates, medication, hospitalizations? Put them all in a safe bag, waterproof, put them in a sealed bag, and have that as your go bag, along with extra emergency clothing and supplies and soap and all the things you may not think of, but you can think of. All right, so what else may you have to consider? What about other family members? Can they come and spend time with you? Can they come and stay? Or do you have to go to a family member whose house may be safer? It is less disruptive, but communication is key. So, what I want to just say, storms, they will come. We're in hurricane season, flush on. It was hot recently, it's raining, we're getting warnings. Storms never last, but we can be prepared. We are advised to be prepared. So be prepared. Stay hurricane safe, stay family safe, communicate, have your plans, have your backup plan, A, B, C, D. Make your plan. From my heart to yours, Dr. Lana. And if there are any questions you have, remember, if you're new to this channel, welcome. Subscribe. It really does help the channel to spread word and to encourage other persons who are in family caregiving, or older persons who may need another suggestion. So I want to be sure to cover all of you, because I love to share the information and I know that it's valued, and I appreciate the connection. So share, like, press that subscribe button, share with a friend, press the notification bell, and we'll see you. Stay safe this hurricane season. From my heart to yours, Dr. Lana. Mwah.